It was kind of freaking me out because I wasn't on acid, but it was almost like an acid trip watching, and I was seeing other people that were noticing. I mean, do you see the point I'm making?
Well, the thing is, there's a parting of the ways here. I mean, I'm seeing it more and more. There are those that are becoming more and more programmed as the programming increases, and there's those that are becoming less and less programmed as their consciousness increases. It's very much a parting of the ways. There's two very different types of human being emerging, which is becoming clearer and clearer by the week as the people become conscious and others get caught more and more in the programming and become less and less conscious. And so the difference between the two is going to be more and more obvious and demonstrable as we go along this route. See, the thing about the computer is it's vibrational on one level, so you can get into it vibrationally. It's electrochemical on another level, so you can get into it electrochemically. It's electromagnetic on another level, you get into it electromagnetically. And you can get into it through words. And basically, it's a war on the human body computer receiver transmission system. And it's much like a stage hypnotist who is planting beliefs into the stooges on the stage. And a belief is like a computer program. It's like a piece of software because it affects...
It's a perception. We believe that the Federal Reserve isn't private, even though it is. So people think it's the government, and people will kill each other for $1,000, and they're just making it zeros and ones on a computer. It's an illusion. It's a spell.
Yeah, it's a spell. Yeah, I mean, one of the areas of my talks is breaking the spell, and the key point I want to make here is it's not so much the reality. It's how we perceive reality. That's the interface that they want to manipulate. I mean, we live in an infinite reality. But what they want to do is so program the receiver-transmitter that reads reality in this five-sense world.
That it's blind.
So that it reads reality to fit their agenda. It's not reality. It's the way we read it they want to manipulate. And basically, you can have a hypnotist on a stage, and he'll get someone to eat an apple, eat a potato, but taste an apple. And all he's doing is putting a belief, a program, a software into the brain so that when the electrical signal from the tongue with the information about the potato hits the brain, it doesn't read it as a potato. It reads it as an apple, which is what it has been programmed to do. It's breaking into that decoding system of the brain, and they're doing that, Alex, on multiple levels.
And that's what the New World Order is a mass hypnotist, as you're saying. And more I realize the cops, the government people, the New World Order people, you talk to a lot of them, and they are some of the blindest folks out there, and they're obsessive compulsive. They're obsessed with, like you said, hierarchical systems, and they are completely reduced down to almost nothing, only getting that tiny bit of not even small spectrum of reality, false reality, fed into them, and then they arrange themselves in guilds. They're the delusional crazy people, because to me, crazy is denying what the full spectrum of reality is, telling us we're crazy, and they arrange themselves together above us.
That is a very, very important point, because what happens is that these training programs for people in uniform, for government administrators, and all the people that administer or law enforce the system, these training programs are designed to program these people to read reality as the system wants, which is to read the system's version of reality. There's an organization in this country, I'm sure you'll know of a number in America, called Common Purpose. Common Purpose started out with a person who worked from the office of the Deputy Prime Minister under Tony Blair.
It's the local non-governmental, and then the government gives them all the power, and it really is the government to run every county, every city, yeah.
Yeah, what they're doing, what Common Purpose are doing, and Common Purpose means common reality. Common Purpose are going around and local government, police, health services, all these institutions of the state are sending their people to these training programs at vast expense to the taxpayer to be programmed through classic mind manipulation techniques that they use and group intimidation techniques to get people to see reality in a common way. That's what it's really about. And then they go back and they run their councils and the police and everything else in ways that to anyone who's conscious, it's like you were talking about earlier in the supermarket, anyone who's conscious is looking at this and going, what possibly is going on in your head that you can see this situation is justified? But they do, because that's the way they're reading reality. They're automatons, and that's what these training programs are there to do. And these hypnotic techniques, much more advanced than you see in the stage shows, are what these people are trained to do.
Well, let me expand on that.
These people.
Let me expand, and we're going to go to calls. They have made it now where the police follow ridiculous orders and enforce it on the people to set the precedent where then the craziness of cops, because an ambulance doesn't run, I mean there's video of a cop car at 100 miles an hour flies up behind an ambulance. The ambulance doesn't even know it's there. It goes around the ambulance, then pulls the ambulance over and beats the guy up, and the cops then go to charge the guy they beat up on video who didn't touch him. And then the cops think that's normal now, that when they beat you up, they charge you. It's a cult, like O'Brien's torturing Winston in 1984, and he says we're the priest of power. It's just raw reptilian exercise. And then now the CPS is grabbing everybody's kids for no reason and saying you can't raise your voice. They are the cult, and they're giving new download programs every week now to their minions in the sensitivity training to get crazier and crazier, ramping up towards some horrible future, some horrid mass culling telling us torturing people's good.
See, the point is here that we can talk about robots being made in the future and all the rest of it, but you take consciousness out of the human body and all you're left with is a biological computer, in effect a robot. And what they're doing is taking consciousness out through their manipulation techniques and leaving what is left, which is just a computer system. And what can you do with a computer system? You can program it to do whatever you like. So the whole process is make people unconscious and then program the reality of the computer that's left. And that's why, anyone with consciousness looks at these people and goes, this is just outrageous. They can't see it any more than the computer in front of me would think it's outrageous for me to make it do something.
And the establishment tests its biological androids. They're testing the police to say, okay, beat up ambulance drivers for no reason. Okay, taser somebody because they don't sign the ticket. And then next, they'll do something even more outrageous. Can someone fully lose consciousness? From the Christian perspective that I see it, that lose the soul, the ultimate sin, harden the heart, go so far that they become pure biological android vessels of the Hive program system.
Well, yes, because, everything's one consciousness, and you can't lose a connection to higher consciousness. What you can lose is an awareness of it. And then without that awareness, you act in the sense of the awareness that you're left with, which is a limited awareness that has a completely different perception of reality to what it would have if it was in its full level of awareness, which is what I call consciousness.
So they're damned. I mean,
well, the thing
that'd be like if there was a dome city, hypothetically, 2 miles under my feet. I don't know it's there, therefore it doesn't exist.
Yeah, the thing is that in an ideal world, you've got consciousness having experience through the physical body. So you're in this world and you're of it, or not of it, and the computer system and the mind, the interface is fine. It's the means through which, like this computer in front of me, allows me to experience the collective reality we call the internet. The key is when consciousness is kept out, and what's left is the computer, because then the computer is deciding where you go on the internet and what you think of it and how you act on it, not the person on the keyboard. And that's what these people are.
Incredible. David's agreed to go 5-10 minutes into overdrive. We're going to come back in the final segment, and then in the overdrive, we'll take the rest of the calls as well. Just mind-blowing, because as I research this, I'm finding out he's right.
Are you concerned for the safety of your loved ones? Listen closely to this message from pepperspray.com. Every 22 seconds a violent crime is committed. America has changed, and your personal safety is your first priority. Be smart. Be safe. Trust pepper spray instead of your luck. Pepperspray.com is the only website you'll ever need for all of your non-lethal self-defense supplies. Pepperspray.com carries one of the largest assortments of pepper spray and personal safety products on the web. From big to small, we have it all. Pepper spray, mace, animal repellents, stun guns, and tasers. Pepperspray.com also carries a large assortment of products for personal, home, child, and pet safety. Enter SAFE in the coupon box and you'll receive a special discount off of your order. So what are you waiting for? Go to pepperspray.com. That's pepperspray.com or call 1-800-908-9988 today.